do you get when you take water and bottle it? One ultra-successful commercial product.
Americans spend tens of billions of dollars a year on bottled water. 30 billion plastic bottles of water are sold in the U.S. every year at $1 or $2 or some ridiculous amount per bottle.
Ice cold water, $1.
The irony of paying for something you can get in its most basic form for free isn't lost on comedian Louis Black.
When I think of the fact that we're spending $10 billion in bottled water, I wonder what it is that we're thinking when the $10 billion could actually be used for the infrastructure that might allow us to continue to have clean water coming to our homes. What we really wanted to do was to get into our cars and search for water, much the way that our forefathers did. What a bunch of jackasses.
Even beyond the stand-up crowd, the industry has a lot of critics.
We think it's kind of stupid.
I don't think it's too strong to call it mostly a scam.
It's an expensive way to be pointless.
Peter Glick is the author of Bottled and Sold, the story behind our obsession with bottled water. Why do we drink so much bottled water?
I think people are increasingly afraid of their tap water. I think water fountains are disappearing. It's harder and harder to find public water when it's easier and easier to find a commercial bottle of water at your local convenience store. I think we've been bombarded by marketing and advertising that's convinced us that bottled water is going to make us healthier or sexier or skinnier.
How does drinking Evian make you feel? Boogie to the boogie, the up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie, let's rock.
Joseph Doss, head of the International Bottled Water Association, disagrees that marketing has anything to do with it.
I think it's because they make a great product, they make a safe, healthy, convenient product. Consumers like it, they try it, they buy it. If you look at the small amount of dollars that the bottled water industry puts into advertising, it just can't possibly be that has impacted the large number of consumers that are buying bottled water.
But it was the right branding and an emerging class of yuppies that took the centuries-old industry from $1 million business to $1 billion business.
Walking into a bar and paying $1.50 for a glass of water doesn't faze those folks who are already paying extra for designers' names on their sunglasses and little gold buckles, specific little gold buckles on their loafers.
Bruce Nevins was the genius behind Perrier.
Well, I think there's a certain inherent eliteness, if you will, to the product because of where it came from.
Not only did he market the sparkling French water as chic, but healthy as well. Michael Bellis, chairman and CEO of the Beverage Marketing Corporation, says it was a winning combination.
The American consumer was looking for alternatives to traditional non-carbonated beverages and carbonated beverages. This was healthy. It was positioned as purity and sophisticated.
All that was missing was convenience, a problem solved with the right packaging. The brainchild, Crystal Geyser, is the offspring of an unlikely marriage between a Japanese pharmaceutical firm and a French water company.
It wasn't until Crystal Geyser started to introduce the first plastic 1.5 liters under $1 when the category started to explode.
Look at this package. This is going to hydrate you. It used to be just Poland Spring and Deer Park and Yada Yada and Hoo-Ha's and Perrier. And now, everybody and their mother, and it's all packaging.
The industry skyrocketed in the 90s when major bottlers like Nestle, Coca-Cola, and Pepsi used their massive distribution networks to meet the growing demand.
They were able to make it pervasively available everywhere you would go.
It posted growth rates in excess of 20% for most of the past 2 decades. Bellis has watched the industry's trajectory in awe.
We have never seen a single-serve water phenomena that what bottled water was. It was the 7th largest category. It was the 7th largest in the United States of all the beverages. Over a 20-year period, it climbed 6, 5, 4, 3, and today is the #2 beverage category in the United States.
Second only to carbonated soft drinks. And despite coming under pressure from environmental groups criticizing its plastic waste and high energy needs, only the Great Recession could stop bottled water's phenomenal growth.
In 2008, obviously the economy tanked, and right after that, we saw bottled water we saw bottled water sales going down. In 2009, they went down again, and I think it's primarily due to the economy.
At a time in which the country's economy is almost non-existent. You don't piss away money on a bottle of water.
The decline, say experts, is short-lived.
The underlying drivers are still there. It's still dietetic, it's still healthy, it's still good for you, it has great availability, it's convenient.
Ultimately, the question to buy or not to buy is in the hands of the consumer.
Drinking bottled water is a choice. I don't think we ought to ban bottled water. Bottled water is a commodity. But I think we ought to work hard to make the reasons people buy bottled water unnecessary.
But around the world, people are choosing to buy 200 billion liters worth of H2O last year, despite advice to the contrary.
When I